Okay, good evening to all of my dear friends and my dear students. Today we will take the part 4 of active and passive voice. There are some rules which are pending, and this is the last topic of the activation and passive voice. I want to tell you the model. When the sentence of the active we change into passive voice sentence, and if we find the modal in the sentence, then how we will change the sentence of modal verb from active to passive voice sentence. These are the modal verbs just as such as the can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and must, and need not. These are the modal verbs. When we find the modal verb in the active sentence and we want to change this modal verb sentence into passive voice, then how we will change it, I want to tell you. First of all, when you find modal verb in the active sentence, it is very easy. There are 4 rules as I told you. Subject will be changed to object and object will be changed to subject, and there will be the third form of the main verb, and by will be used before the object. Now, when you find the modal verb, then you use only be word after the modal verb. Suppose we take the sentence, I can solve this question. This is the sentence of active, and there is the we find here is modal verb, that is the can. Now we will follow the 4 rules. First of all, this is the subject, this is modal verb, this is main verb, this is object. Now we want to change this active sentence into the passive sentence. First, object will be changed to subject. Then you write here this question. Now you want to change this subject into object, you will write later on. Now we want to change this modal verb here, then you write the can here, and as I told you, put be after can. When you write here be, then the third form of the main verb will be used, and it is the permanent and fixed rule that third form of the main verb will be used in a passive sentence. Then you write here solved. Now we have changed this object into the subject, and can we have written here modal verb, and be has been used after the modal can, and third form of the solve main verb has been used in this sentence, and now remaining is the subject. Subject will be changed into by. Before the subject you will have to write by. Then you write here by. Subject of object of I is me. Now I want to clear it in one sentence. Then when you find the modal verb, only be word will be written after the modal verb and before the main verb. That's all. Remaining rules will be same. Again I want to clear it. When you find the modal verb out of these modal verb, then when you want to change the active sentence into the passive sentence of the modal verb, then only the be word will be used between modal verb and main verb of the third form of the main verb. That's all. This is the simple and there is no any hard. Likewise, I will tell you could, it will be changed into could be, may, it will be changed into be, could, may be, might, it will be changed into might be, shall, it will be changed into shall be, should, it will be changed into should be, will, it would be changed into, will be changed into will be, and would will be changed into would be, and must will be changed into must be. We will write here. I want to clear it because you are in confusion. You are in confusion that shall and will how and would, should and would how it would be the modal verb. Yes, it can be one modal verb because I want to clear it. We use only shall with I and we. These are the first person of English. We use and will be used will be used with a third person, that is he, she, it, they, you, or singular noun or plural noun. These are the, when we find these subject, then we will use will as a helping verb in a future indefinite tense or simple future or future simple. And when we find I and we, then we only use a shall. But when these are opposite use, when these will be used with I and we and shall will be used with this he, she, it, they, you, that it will become modal verb. For example, I want to say you, I will write a letter. Now it is not the helping verb of the future tense. My dear students, you must understand that will is not a helping verb of the future indefinite or future simple, because will have been used with a I. It means it is the modal verb. How it has become the modal verb? Now when the opposite will and shall will be used with the opposite object subject, then I want to tell you I will have been used with I. It means I also want to write one sentence here. I shall write a letter. What is the difference between two sentences? I will write a letter, I shall write a letter. Yes, lot of difference is there. Here is the future, it is the future simple tense and is the modal verb. And what is the sense of these? When you will pronounce in Hindi, when you translate into Hindi, then you will find the same meaning. सेम एक्सप्लेनेशन. आई विल राइट ए लेटर, मैं एक पत्र लिखूंगा. आई शैल राइट ए लेटर, मैं एक पत्र लिखूंगा. बट इन सेंस देयर इज ए डिफरेंट मीनिंग इन इंग्लिश, बिकॉज आई विल राइट ए लेटर, it means here is the modal verb, and when the modal verb is used, the work is definitely will be done. It is confirmed. And I shall write a letter, the verb is not definite. Suppose I want to say that I shall go to school. I shall go to school. It may be possible that he will go to school or not. But he will say that I will go to school, definitely he will go to school. It means here is the definite. And here is not definite. It is not habitual. It is habitual, but it is not definite. So I want to tell you, then when the shall and will be used with the opposite subject, then it will explain that the work will be done definitely, and when it is used with I and we as self-helping verb, there is no confirmation that work will be done or not. Here, I will write a letter, it means he will write a letter definitely. There is no doubt. And where I shall write a letter, it explains that he may write a letter or not. He cannot write a letter, or he may write a letter. But here is it not confirmation, but here is the confirmation. Now I have explained it very easily, and now this is the second point, is a double object. When we find the double object in the sentence, then how we will change it? We can change it into active voice sentence into passive voice. There may be two sentences of the passive voice. Suppose we find here is the subject and it is a main verb and is a object 1 and object 2. It is pronoun also. Now we want to change this active sentence of double object into the passive voice. Now as we see, the object will be changed to the subject. There are two objects. First object is me, and second object is English. You can make on both of objects. I will write first of all, this is the subject, then you make the subject of me, I. Now this is the past indefinite tense. The past indefinite tense is this here. Then you will write what you will write. When the second form is used in the sentence, then when you change into passive voice, write was and were. I, singular noun, then you write here, I was. This is the helping verb, and third form of the main verb will be used. I was taught. Now what taught? English. Now you take the second object. This is English. I was taught English by whom? By Mr. Kumar. By Mr. Kumar. This is the one sentence. We have changed from the active to passive sentence of the double object. Similarly, we can change into the by taking the second object. We will write here English. This is object second, and we have taken as a subject. Okay, English is a singular noun. Then you write here was. What was? Taught. This is the third form of the main verb. English was taught. To whom you have taught? To whom you have taught English? To whom you have taught English? You have taught him, me. You have taught English to me. Then you write here to me. By whom you have taught English? By Mr. Kumar. By Mr. Kumar. Now why you have written here to? When you want to make the passive sentence from the active sentence, and when you find double object, in double object there is the pronoun as object, and you want to make the sentence on the object number 2 as a passive voice, then you will use the object, when you find a pronoun in the sentence, before that pronoun you put a to, then it will be correct, otherwise it will be wrong. Hence, before I, me, you will have to write here to. Before we, before us, you will have to write here to. Before him, you will have to write here to. Before she, her, you will have to write here to. Before they, before them, you will have to write to. Before you, it is object you and subject same, you will have to write a to. It is very easy, and I think that you have learned it very easily. The police gave him a reward of 1000 rupees. Here object number 1. Object number 1, it is also pronoun. And here is a reward of rupees 1000, object number 2. Object number 2. Similarly, as I told you in the above sentence, likewise, it will be changed. You can change it. You can take it a reward of rupees 100. We want to make, first you can take him. So he, this is a, object is him, and you make it a subject, that he was, because it's the second form, and it will be changed, we will have to take the was and were. He was, third form of gave, given. He was given. What given? Second object is a reward of rupees 1000. A reward of rupees 1000 by whom? By police. By the police. This is correct. Now, if you want to make the passive sentence on the second object, you can write it here. A reward of rupees 1000 was given to him. It is a pronoun. Before pronoun, you will have to use here to, infinitive. To him. By whom? By the police. Now, third is unimportant subjects. We find some unimportant subject before the active sentence. Then when we change the active sentence of unimportant subject into the passive sentence, then need not to write by and object of unimportant subject, need not to make object some object of some unimportant subjects. Like they, we, people, all of them, someone, somebody, everyone, and etc. Why we need not to write these subject, unimportant subject after the byword? Because there is no any counting of these. Such of the people. How many people are there? We don't know. When we write the after the by, that the object should be specified. Then only we will write object after a by. There is no specified. All people, how many people are there? We are not known to it. All of them, how many people are there? How many people from them? We don't know. Someone, who is someone? Anybody may be. Ram may be someone. Sita may be someone. And somebody. Like the someone, it may be somebody. In everyone, who is everyone? We are not known to it. The object, when we change the subject, unimportant subject to the object of in the passive voice after the byword, there is no any specified object. Hence, don't write byword and unimportant subject of the active sentence into passive voice sentence. Likewise, people take tea in the morning. People take tea in the morning. Here people, it is unimportant subject. Now you don't write people after, don't make it as the object and don't write by. So then it is the subject or unimportant subject. You can write unimportant subject, write in the main verb write in the object and it is the time. It is time and you can say it is the adverb. एडवर्ब बोलते हैं इसको, दैट इज कॉल्ड द एडवर्ब बिकॉज इज द टाइम एडवर्ब हियर. इट इज द एडवर्ब ऑफ टाइम. नाउ हाउ यू विल चेंज इट? यू विल चेंज इट लाइक दिस. टी, दिस इज ए ऑब्जेक्ट. टी इट इज प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस. Then you write in the singular noun. Right here, T is the third form. You write here, T is taken in the morning. Now you need not to buy people because everybody is taking the tea in the morning in the whole world. And who are taking? All the people are taking. There is no any specified object. The subject is not specified, hence we cannot make it as a specified object. Now I think you have understood it. Fourth is who. When you change the active sentence of WH word into the passive sentence, then you will write the same WH word in the beginning of the sentence as it is written in the active sentence. When you want to change the active sentence of WH word who, not WH word who, into the passive sentence, then you will have to change by who. You will have to write here by who. You can take it here by who. Means who will be changed into by whom, and it will be written in the beginning of the sentence. Now this is the who. This is called the adverb. Interrogative sentence is it. It is the interrogative sentence. And broke, who broke? It is the main verb. It is the second form of the main verb. And this cup is the object. Now by whom? As I told you, in place of who, you write the by who. By who, you take subject. This by whom was this cup broken. This is the third form of the main verb. If you want to make the sentence of WH word, it will be same. I want to explain here. What are you writing? You want to make it. What are you writing? What is being written by you? What is being written by you? So what it will come before the subject as it is. Only the who word will be changed into by who. Okay, gentlemen, I have told you the active and passive whole complete portion, and tomorrow we will take the another topic, and I think that you must learn each everything, and you must note down in your copy and do the homework or do the exercise. And I think that I have tried my level best to teach you the active and passive sentences, and I hope that you will learn it very easily. If any doubt, you put in your comments. Okay, thank you. Good evening.